Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and here's the layout we're going to be creating today. This is the second layout that I am creating with the For the Love of Homemade Kits collection. So this is the kit that I put together a few weeks ago, and I will share the link down below if you want to go back and look at everything that is in this kit. And also make sure I have links down below to go check out Hannah, Felicia, and Megan's videos about what they are creating this week with their kits as well. And so right now, what I am doing is I am going to be scrapbooking 3 photos today. And so what I'm doing right now is cutting them all down to be 3 by 3 because I decided I wanted to create a grid layout this week. So this gives me a chance to use a bunch of those pattern papers and in little sections and create kind of a unique look. And I did kind of cheat a little bit this week, and I went into my stash for a couple of additional things. So as we get to those things, I'll let you know what those are because you won't see them in that original kit video. These 3 pictures are of my son. We did a staycation here in town last summer, and they have the set of 2 huge water slides. So he took some convincing. He's a little afraid of adventures and new things like this. And it was the biggest water slide that he has ever been on. And so it was about 220 feet. And it had a 51-foot drop. And he was very afraid, but managed to conquer his fear and try this slide out. And he didn't love it, but he did do it. And he was proud of himself for being able to do that and conquer something he was afraid of. Alright, so back to the layout. What I did off screen was I went ahead and added stitching around where I wanted that grid pattern to be so that it was a little bit more defined. And then I took pattern papers that are just the different variety that were in this kit and used it to fill in the squares where I didn't have photos. And on the diagonal, so in the top left and in the bottom right, I have that inspiration piece. And here's a piece of chipboard you see me adding right now that is actually something that I did pull out from my stash. It coordinates with part of the collection that I had used as part of this kit. So it isn't too far off, but it is something that wasn't in my original kit. And I pull the sunshine, and then I also pull a little banner to go in that top box that I'm working on right now that just says Fun in the Sun. The rest of those embellishments either came from the large sticker sheet or from the Carpe Diem ephemera pack. And so what I did is I'm basically scattering those to add into and embellish each of the blocks within my grid. And what I wanted to do was to keep everything within each grid except for the title, which I allowed to go outside and kind of bridge across the different layers in that grid pattern. And I really like that idea of having the title go outside, but everything else stays within its little box. And so the title for this layout was just Conquering Your Fear, because this was a very big deal for my son. He's very timid and doesn't always like to try new things and often gets kind of dissuaded if there's a lot of fear or he feels like it's too much for him. So it was a really big deal to see him go ahead and give this a try. Here you see I'm going ahead and using my tiny attacher to add just some staple details. And then I'm going to glue down that little epic ephemera piece from the Carpe Diem collection into that bottom box. And so I'm just making sure that I've added some little details. Most of them talk about how big of a deal this was or about conquering his fear, doing things that he's afraid of. There you'll see the final layout. I did go back and add some of those sequins in a few of the boxes to add some details, and you can see that in these close-ups. I really hope you liked what I did with my second layout from this kit. I got to use a lot of fun pieces. I hope you will like, subscribe, and check out the other channels to see what the other ladies created. Bye!